Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and very fun installment from the DC universe, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which dropped in theaters earlier tonight. I just got back from a screening of it, enjoyed it very much. Excuse me. I wanted to tell you guys about it, what I thought and felt about it. Before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, like all of my or most of my film reviews or review videos, this is a spoiler-free, not spoiler-free, spoiler-filled film review. So if you haven't seen Shazam! Fury of the Gods and you want to at some point this weekend or soon, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. So first and foremost, this movie pretty much delivered on every level I was hoping for. Bigger, more action, more excitement, higher stakes, really funny character stuff. Honestly, this movie just felt like an upgrade from the previous film. I liked the first Shazam just fine. It wasn't one of my favorite DC films, but I liked it a lot. However, I feel like the sequel is a big improvement on it on multiple levels. I mean, for starters, the awesome, even though it was spoiled or revealed through really bad marketing or a poorly timed TV spot, the reveal of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman was awesome. I knew it was coming because it was unfortunately ruined for me via TV spot, but I also found it very reassuring because to me, that's a good sign that she's still got a future with DC. I know Henry Cavill's time is over as Superman. We're still up in the air on Ben Affleck's Batman, but Gal Gadot seems safe as Wonder Woman, I hope. And because I feel like with Gunn and Safran taking over the DCU, they could have easily nixed that scene or said, nope, cut that scene out of this movie because she's not going to be Wonder Woman anymore, or we don't know what she's going to do for us anymore, so cut that scene. But nope, they kept her in, which was great. I loved that. That was a fun, not really a surprise, but just a really fun, satisfying scene. It was great to see Shazam actually interact with another DC hero who wasn't just like shown from the body up, if you know what I mean. That was a reference to Cavill's Superman from the first Shazam film. Even though it wasn't Cavill himself, he was busy filming the Mission Impossible movie. Basically, this movie was just a big, massive improvement over the previous film. Like I said, great humor, fun action sequences, awesome-looking monsters, great fight scenes between our heroes and our villains, higher stakes, Billy truly learning what it means to be a hero, sacrificing himself literally to save his family because he's dead there for a few minutes until Wonder Woman comes along and revives him. He really was technically dead there for a few minutes. And so he really did learn what it means to be a superhero and play the part of being the sacrifice until, of course, Wonder Woman revived him, thank goodness. It was just a really fun and really funny, entertaining film. There were a couple of surprises. I was surprised with how dark they eliminated Diedrich Bader's character. He seemed like the friendly teacher who looked out for Freddy, and then Lucy Liu possesses him and tells him to walk off a roof. And I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of a kid's movie or a family movie, and he just walked off the roof and died. How awful. Oh, wasn't expecting that. I also wasn't expecting the romance to be between Freddie and Anthea, Rachel Zegler's character, the nicer sister of the sisters. It seems like I was under the impression, for some reason, maybe something I read or something I saw in one of the trailers, but I could have sworn Billy was going to be the love interest of Anthea, and she would like him back. But apparently it was Freddie, his friend, who got to be the love interest, and that's okay. It was still very enjoyable. They were very cute together, and I loved how he went all out by trying to pretend to be, not really pretending, but being Captain Everybody, as he called himself. But it was still pretty cool. The other thing that was surprising to me is that, I knew that Rachel Zegler's character would be the nicer sister of the three sisters, and I knew the other two were going to be more predominantly villains, and for a good while there, Helen Mirren was fairly villainous, although it sounds like she really just wanted the golden apple back so they could just rebirth their home, their realm, and not have anything to do with Earth. Although she didn't want their powers back, which did seem to be something that was pretty lethal. But Lucy Liu, God, she was a great bad guy in this. She did a great job. Everybody did a great job playing their respective parts, but Lucy Liu, as an evil, conniving, powerful goddess who just did not give a damn about humanity, she nailed it. She was great in this. She especially stood out to me. And I was surprised to see her turn against her sisters like that. I kind of thought that all three goddesses would survive, but it turns out only Anthea did, and both Hespera and Calypso disappeared into thin air. But then again, that's what happened to the wizard in the previous film, and he came back no problem. But so they could easily come back too. But I don't know if they're as well-known DC characters as like the Wizard is, since he was in Shazam, Black Adam, and Fury of the Gods now. So we'll see what happens with them in the future. But I'm glad the characters who did survived. And speaking of great surprises, I was so excited when I saw Harcourt and John from the show Peacemaker make an appearance in one of the 2 post-credit scenes of this movie, where they go to recruit Billy, Shazam, for the Justice Society. You think they're going to ask him to join the Justice League. Of course, he says yes, but they're there to ask him to join the Justice Society. This is also a great sign for the future of the DCU. I think a lot of people were worried after the poor reception of Black Adam, and with James Gunn and Safran taking over, that there weren't any immediate plans for a Black Adam sequel, at least not yet. However, sounds like Dwayne Johnson is still attached to play the role and is willing to replay the role in the future. And the fact that these 2 characters are from a very James Gunn-driven show, Peacemaker, and they've appeared in a DCU film now, means that the future of the Peacemaker characters and the Justice Society seem to be on very good terms with Safran and Gunn. Like, they want to reuse these characters sometime in the future. And that, to me, is extremely exciting. So I was very happy and excited to see those characters appear in the post-credits scene. And the other post-credits scene was also pretty surprising. I was like, oh, Dr. Savannah and Mr. Mind, I think is the Caterpillar's name. You know, it's still a little unclear as to what exactly those 2 are up to, but maybe we'll find out by the time we get a 3rd Shazam film, and hopefully we will. Go see this movie, guys. It's a fun movie. You know, it's got action, excitement, heart, romance, and humor, and it's just a fun superhero film for everybody. You know, bring the whole family. It's actually quite family friendly. There's a funny joke how the foster mom notices their sons seem to have a thing for older women, which I appreciated. I was like, yeah, that's hilarious. But yeah, overall, just a good movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like I said, a big upgrade from the first Shazam film. And I feel like that's what sequels should be. They should be slightly better, if not so much better than their original predecessors. And this one was very much above slightly better. You know, it was far above slightly better. It was very entertaining, and it's got me excited for where these characters could appear next in the future. And hopefully they all have a future under the new direction of the franchise. So I hope you guys enjoyed this movie as much as I did. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night. And yeah, I know Wonder Woman's cameo was spoiled in that TV spot, at least for a lot of people, if not everyone. But you know what? I found it very reassuring to know she was going to be in this movie, because that gave me a good sign for hope for the future of the character, that Gal Gadot is still going to play her, and hopefully she'll appear in a film or a show later down the road. We'll see what happens. But the fact that they didn't scrap that post the new leadership, new regime change, means that the bosses were A-okay with it. So at least that's how I'm translating it. So, and it was still enjoyable to see unfold. It might have been, the surprise may have been ruined, but it was still a great scene to see unfold. At least that's how I felt, and I hope that's how you guys felt about it too. All right, I'll stop talking now. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is now playing in theaters. Check your local listings for tickets and whatnot. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks again for watching, and of course, until next time, Shazam!